How's it going, guys? Bibi here with another video. So today we are going to be talking about my final impressions of the winter season of anime. So that just finished up not too long ago. There are a few series here and there that haven't quite finished up that I was watching. But yeah, let's get into this video. I had 12 series that I picked from out of all the series that they had for the winter season, and I dropped 4 of them. So starting with the series that I dropped Akiba's Trip. That's mainly because I found it boring. I tried to watch it up to episode 6 and it wasn't my cup of tea. I thought it was okay for what it was. The animations were nice, the character designs were okay, but it just wasn't catching my attention, to be honest. I felt like it was pretty so-so, to be honest. So I decided to drop it halfway. Idol Incidents, I went and dropped to episode 3. It was a cute series, it was an idol series, so you would have thought it would have been right up my alley, but I just couldn't get into it. The characters were a little bit too spazzy, they were too hyperactive. The character design was pretty cute, but it just wasn't my cup of tea. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be, and I couldn't really stick with it. Same with Minami Kamamura Cycling High School Club. I don't even think I said that right, but I couldn't get into it. I'm not a huge fan of sports anime, and it felt like that this was trying to be a girl's version of Yowamushi Pedal. They had this weird thing where after every episode they would have these 2 Japanese girls talking about cycling and, you know, how to get into cycling, and it felt very contrived and just forced. And I don't know, it was a pretty average series. I dropped it at episode 3 as well. And lastly, I dropped Kimono Friends at episode 2. I decided to give it 2 episodes just to see if it was going to change, but no, it was for children. It was a kiddie show that was CG, and it was terrible, and it was cheesy, and it's for kids that are, I don't know, between the ages of 4 and 7, I would say. But definitely not for me. Next up are the series that I actually stuck it out with. Starting with Kuzuno Honkai, or Scum's Wish. It is an amazing series. I absolutely love the art style. How it's kind of a washed out look, and it's kind of reminiscent of a visual novel. It has a slight 3D CG feel, but at the same time still is animated, and it's animated well. It is beautiful. Loved the character designs, loved the story. I felt like that the characters were very believable, and I loved the opening song. I have it stuck in my head all the time. So if you haven't seen Scum's Wish and you want to get some feels and you want to maybe feel a little bit depressed, then I would suggest you watch this, because it's a very real anime. It's very relatable, and it is very angsty, but I loved it. I loved every second of it, and I can't wait to watch this in English. Fuka was another great series. It was a music anime where a bunch of kids get together and they made a band. It is a slight romance series. The romance element was pretty obvious. It was pretty, you could tell what was going to happen. It was too obvious at times. So I enjoyed the music element of it. Not so much the romance. It was a little bit too closely resembling high school life, and I've been through all that bullshit. I don't need to sit down and watch it again. I don't need to watch all the angst. But it's definitely still worth a watch. I feel that maybe they could have had a few more songs throughout the series, because there were only 4. But from the music that they did have in it, they were all very catchy, and I, again, would have it stuck in my head. So I suggest you watch it if you haven't seen it already, but it is one of those series that you could probably take it or leave it, to be honest. It's not up there in my top list of anime that I've watched this season. Now, one of my favourite series from this season is Gabriel Dropout. It is hilarious, and if you haven't watched it, why haven't you watched it? You need to watch it. It is amazing. It is on point. The humour is just hilarious. The animation is beautiful. The character designs are just beautiful. The characters are very relatable. The characters are believable. The characters all have their own little quirks with a lot of different personalities, and even the same joke that they have over and over again with Satania and the dog, I just couldn't get over it. I couldn't get bored with it. The ending of Gabriel Dropout ended on a punch. It ended well. I felt like I was happy with the way that it ended. They could easily enough make a second season, but it doesn't need it. Once again, the opening and ending of the series is also on point. I have them both set to my anime list that I can sit down and listen to it over and over again because it is catchy as hell. And if you haven't watched this one, definitely watch it. It's getting an anime dub. It's already been simul-dubbed partially, I think. So I'm probably going to end up picking this up when it comes out on DVD or Blu-ray. Another must-watch is Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. It is adorable. I absolutely love each of the dragons. I must say that not all the dragons are as well developed and well fleshed out as some of the main ones, which is a bit of a shame. You don't even get to see one of the dragon's forms when they actually transform into a dragon, which is just weird. You see it in the opening, but you never actually see it in the anime. The ending to the series felt a little rushed, which is a bit of a disappointment. It was going along nicely, it was slow paced, but it was still cute. And then all of a sudden this plot twist happens at like episode 10. And then it gets resolved very, very quickly. So that was a bit of a disappointment, but either way, this is a must watch. It's also getting a dub. The characters are just adorable, too cute. I can't get over it. Love the character designs. I love the way that they draw their eyes, how vibrant they are and how different the characters look. Not only that, but once again, this season has stellar openings and stellar closings, and I've added so much music to my anime list now because they are just great. And Miss Kobayashi's opening is one of my favourites. I could sit down and listen to it over and over and over again. So, yep, definitely loved it. Definitely going to be buying it when it comes out on Blu-ray. Masamune-kun's Revenge is definitely an interesting series. I love the premise. It took me a couple of episodes to get into, but then once I did get into it, it was a great series. Unfortunately, it was open-ended, and it was setting us up for a second season, and the ending once again felt rushed, and it was a real disappointment to the end. It was so great, but there was so much pissing around with all this fluff, filler bullshit of let's go to the pool, let's go to the beach. You know, they build upon the characters well enough, but all in all, there was just so much crap that was crammed into it that didn't need to be crammed in, that they could have really actually finished this series in the span of the 12 episodes that they had for this season. It didn't need a second season, but that's what we're getting. Other than that, I suppose it was still one of the top series that I've seen this season. It was enjoyable. The opening and ending aren't as catchy as a lot of the other series that I've talked about, but this still is definitely a must watch, and I'm going to be sitting down and watching it when it comes out with a dub, and I'll be watching the second season when it comes out, of course, because I want to find out what happens. I'm pretty sure I know what's going to happen because, hello, it's a romance, it's a comedy. The same type of thing is going to happen that happens in every type of series like this. That she'll probably fall in love with him, and then they'll end up being together instead of trying to get their revenge. So, you know, that would be a bit of a shame if that actually did happen, to be honest, because it's obvious. But yeah, Masamune-kun's Revenge is a good series. Now on to Interviews with Monster Girls. This was just an adorable series. I felt like they paced it well, they had a lot of character development with each of the monster girls. We found out a lot about them. I feel like that they probably could have a second season with them going into like their second year, but it doesn't need it. The series finished off very well. It felt very complete, and I was absolutely happy with how they did it. The character designs are absolutely beautiful. I love the vampire and the little head pieces, or what are they even? They're like little cat ear buns that she has on her head. It's just adorable, and I think that if you haven't seen the series, you should. It has a great story. It has a great meaning behind it as well, from telling everyone that, you know, you shouldn't really judge a book by its cover. You should learn to find out what the person is like first before you start judging them. And that is a great message to send. So this is also getting a dub. It is hella cute, and I am also going to be buying it when it comes out on DVD and Blu-ray. This season turned out pretty well, to be honest. There were a lot of series that I absolutely loved from this season of anime. Last up is Bang Dream, and this is the second series that there is a chick with some buns that look like cat ears, so that's quite funny. This is a cute series. It feels like it's trying to be a little bit too much like K-On! Though. It feels like that it's trying to be cute girls doing cute things, joining a band, and it doesn't do it as well as other series that have come before it. The one thing that really made me disappointed with this one is that when they had any type of music, they would have them in CG abomination mode that just looks absolute shit. It's not as bad as Love Live Season 1, but it's not stellar, and it just really threw me. I didn't enjoy that part of it. The other thing is that it's 13 episodes. I've only seen up to episode 12, and that's because I can't push this video back anymore to wait for the series to finish. So the ending, I don't exactly know how it's going to end, but I think it's going to be pretty obvious. They're going to resolve whatever conflict that came up in episode 10, which, by the way, making your end conflict start in episode 10 is just too late. A lot of introducing the characters throughout episodes 1 to 9, and then the main thing coming up in episode 10, and it just, I don't know. I hate it how there's these rushed endings this season. I don't know why they feel the need to put, again, so much fluff and bullshit in amongst a series, but they did it. We do learn a lot about each character in this series, so that's great. It's nice to see that there is a bit of character development of each of the girls that are in this band. The opening is a great opening. It's cute, it's fluffy, it's very catchy. But again, it still feels like that it's kind of trying to be a little bit like K-On! I don't know, maybe I'm just nostalgic for K-On! But all in all, it is a good series. I haven't seen the last episode, but I'm pretty sure I know what's going to happen. And if it turns out that way, then oh well, happy ending, but still, you know, why? I could pretty much take it or leave it with this one. I really hope that there's not going to be a second season of this. That would just make it go on too long, to be honest. It doesn't need a second season, and if it did, it would just be a waste of time, to be honest. So if you haven't seen this one, maybe check it out if you like music. But, on top of that, there is a lot of overuse of the song Twinkle Twinkle Little Star in this one, which is in Japanese, but there are these teenage girls that stand on the stage and decide to sing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. And when they're waiting for someone to turn up, and they haven't turned up yet, they're standing there and they're like, well, what now? And then the main girl's like, twinkle, twinkle, little star, once again. And they did it for about 5 or 6 times over. And it's just like, oh my god, I'm gonna rip out my hair. So, and again, in saying that, the characters, they are cute, but the main girl is just like, ugh, she just gets on my nerves a little bit too much. So, yeah, Bang Dream, I was looking forward to it. It was a little bit of a disappointment, and I could take it or leave it. I won't be sitting down and watching this one again. So let me know what you guys thought of this series if you did watch it. Well, that was my final thoughts on the winter season of anime. What did you guys think? Is there anything that you guys checked out that I checked out and you thought differently? Or are there any series that you think I should have watched and I didn't get around to it? Let me know all about it in the comments below. I look forward to reading it all. While you're there, please make sure to give this video a big like and share it out to all your friends. I'd really appreciate it and it helps me out a lot. I'm on social media. I've got a Twitter and a Facebook and I'm online constantly, so make sure to come like and follow me on there. And I've got a Discord, so check all the links down below for my socials. If you haven't already, please go check out the rest of my channel. I've got anime news, anime figure reviews and anime recommendations along with plenty of other stuff on there, so I'm pretty sure you won't get bored. If you want to see more from me and more videos like this, then please make sure to subscribe for a wide range of anime content. From Moe to Mika, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye bye!